Preparing to live stream the meeting. This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Is it live yet?
Showing up on Zoom, on the page.
Yes. Okay, great. Well, welcome everybody. It's Neil and Quentin here. It's our second podcast live streaming session on Facebook today, the Train Me Academy. And we're going to be talking all things for personal trainers, how to start an online business, because that's what we do, right? And Neil is an expert in running online PT programs. He's done so many times before. Am I right, Neil?
I haven't got the 10,000 hours, I don't think, under the belt, but I've been doing it for more than 5.5 years. So I consider myself an expert in online personal training because I don't think it's been around for that long. I don't think it's actually been around for a concept that's been around for 10 years yet.
Okay. So, Neil, tell me something. As a personal trainer, I've always wondered, how do you feel when you walk into a gym and you see people messing around on the machines, not doing the right exercises, sitting backwards on a machine that you should be sitting facing forward, all of those sort of things? How does that make you feel?
It's not so much when people get the exercises wrong. It's funny, especially when I went to a commercial gym. You see the same people doing the same things, they a year after year, and their bodies don't look any different. Nothing changes. They're doing the same warm up. They do the same routines, and it's just sad to me as a trainer because I want to help people, and when people are wasting their time, it actually physically makes me feel like there's so much more that can be accomplished. You're putting the time in, you're putting the effort in, you're just directing it in the complete wrong direction because it's a science. Personal training is a science and it's also an art.
Yeah, because most people, you go to gym because you want some sort of result, right? Or
I hope so.
or do you think people go to gym just for the social? How many people do that?
Okay, yeah, there are those people. There are people that just go there for the social, but in today's society, I don't know how much time we have to waste. There's better places to socialize, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But if you're there, you should be out there to achieve something. You get something, get some value for the money that you're spending.
yeah,
But the biggest spend is your time in your day to drive there, the resources to get there, the pain to get there, but then just you spending your actual time there. It's super important that you do the right things because otherwise you're not going to be going there for much longer. Because if you're just there for the social and your friends stop coming, why else are you there?
absolutely. And it's not necessarily only at the gym. People, training at home, and people mess around with stuff they saw their uncle did and their auntie are doing. So they're doing the same thing. So it's push-ups and sit-ups, right? That's all you need to do.
But also, unfortunately, there's so many clickbait videos out there, especially pre the YouTube algorithm changing, where it only mattered how many views you get or how many clicks you got, like not how much time you're actually watching. And there's so many, even today, because people aren't educated, there's so many videos that are misleading, like lose the love handle losing workout, and like this specific workout is going to target this specific part of the body, like lose the flabby bit under your arms, ladies, or like the workout for that. And there's just no such thing. So people also are self-prescribing workouts. They don't know what they're doing, so they're just typing things that they want to achieve. Then you've got these, I don't even know if they are trainers, people on YouTube showing these videos of like this promise that's never, like, actually it's not even a real thing. So if that person knew what they were talking about, they would know that
Yeah,
video can't
exactly.
achieve that purpose. And so it's just a cycle. People are watching those workouts, doing those videos, or watching those videos, doing those workouts, not achieving anything,
Yeah.
just wasting your time. And it's a small investment to make with a personal trainer to teach you exactly what to do, how to stay motivated, so
Mm.
that you don't waste your time and that
Yeah.
you don't give up on exercising, for example.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the worst that can happen. You give up because you don't see results. And working with a personal trainer, it just fast tracks everything. You get there quicker, and so you can move on to something that you've never thought is possible, right?
It gets so much more fun the further you get down the line. The more that, like, the more that you do with your body, the more the body can do. And then you can start doing a lot more fun things in the gym. But I think the biggest problem here, and it was the topic that we originally wanted to start with today, is a lot of people just want to figure it out themselves. I don't know if it's an ego thing or they think that they know best. And I posted a beautiful story on my Instagram this morning. It was about being coachable. If you're going to a coach, be coachable. Don't go to the coach and tell you this is what I want to do, because the things that you wanted to do are obviously not working. So allow yourself to open up and kind of be malleable, be coachable. Take the advice, take a chart, put some effort in, and just put your ego aside.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's very true. But I mean, we kind of preaching to the choir here, because most of these people watching this video is going to be personal trainers, right? So you guys know that it's important for people to have a coach, a mentor, to have somebody to hold their hand through this process, help them along their way on their journey, and ultimately get the fantastic body that they want, or just the fitness that they want. But now let's turn this thing on its head and say, okay, you as a personal trainer, then, if that is what you believe people should be doing about themselves and their own coaching, how many personal trainers are using a business coach or are taking courses and learning lessons on how to run their business?
Oh, I think that's a good way to kind of flip things around, because it's very easy to sit on this side of the fence and say, oh, I'm the coach, people need to listen to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you listening to? Do you have it all figured out?
Yeah.
I certainly don't, and this is why I partnered with Quentin on this course. Marketing, I would love to say that I know a lot about marketing. I mean, I know the basics of like social media, and that doesn't even scratch the surface on what marketing, the monster of marketing is.
Yeah.
But that's just an example of that. And I mean, before pretty much the first thing I did when I qualified as a trainer was I got a coach. I got a weightlifting coach. At the time, it was because I thought I just wanted to learn Olympic weightlifting, because I actually wanted to get better at athletics. But that coach took me out of my comfort zone. He showed me exactly what I needed to do from the beginning. And it was funny. The story that I'd like to share with you is actually, it's like a two-part, because last week we were talking about kind of do things before, like don't over plan and just do. And then this week we're talking about get a coach. I started Olympic weightlifting training with this coach, Andrew Anthony. He was, at the time, I don't know if it's still now, but at the time, the only coach in South Africa that had sent an athlete to the Olympics, so the Olympic Games.
Wow, that's amazing.
So very, very renowned coach. Within 2 weeks of me being with him, he taught me the basics of the snatch. So there's two lifts in the weightlifting. He taught me the basics of the snatch. And then in the second week, he started teaching me the other movement, the clean and jerk. And he said I moved pretty well with my body because of my athletic background, etc., etc. On the weekend of the second week, he entered me into my first competition. I did an Olympic weightlifting competition. Before I had 2 weeks of coaching, because the first week he taught me, he was like, the basics of snatch, you'll be able to, doesn't matter how heavy you go, but you're going to do that. In the second week, there's two parts to the second movement. There's clean and then there's a jerk. Okay. By Thursday, I think it was, I was lifting on the Saturday. By Thursday, he'd only taught me the clean. He hadn't even taught me the second part of the movement. And he's like, you're going to compete the Saturday. I was like, what?
I am.
And it went really, really well. I mean, I didn't break any records, not even close.
Okay. Did you break any bones?
I didn't, because he knew what he was doing. I had a very solid foundation. I'd done sports my whole life. I'd done like 4 years of gym training using the knowledge that I was learning while I was learning my exercise science course.
Yes.
I was implementing on myself. So I had like 4 years of gym training under the belt. Like resistance training wasn't an issue for me. It was the technique I was not bad with, especially straight from the beginning. And he showed me obviously exactly what to do. And then I had pretty good flexibility. So there wasn't like a high chance of injury, or he wouldn't have put me in a position. I trusted him because he was my coach.
And
I was scared shitless, but he installed, and that's another thing, like having that person there that knows what they're talking about. Like the only thing I had to overcome was my own fear. I
Yeah.
had no fears of my own safety or anything because I knew he knew what he was talking about, and I
Yeah.
entrusted in that process, and I learned. It skyrocketed me in my Olympic weightlifting career.
Yeah.
Doing a doing a competition after 2 weeks of training, and funnily enough, he prepared my like from having no weightlifting experience. Within 2 years, it was just less than 2 years we'd been training together. I lifted at South African weightlifting championships, and I played
Wow.
second in the country
Oh,
in my weight
fantastic.
division.
Well done. Silver medal. That's great.
And
Yeah.
if I try to figure it out myself,
Yeah, it might have
then
taken.
I may have got to the SA champs in 5 or 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's true. They say that about business coaching as well. A lot of people you think, oh well, I'm going to start a business and I kind of know what I'm doing and I'm a specialist in some sort of niche or area, and I'll just figure out the business as I go. And the problem is a lot of times we get stuck and we said, well, I don't have money when I start a business to get a coach. I mean that's a luxury. I'm not going to get anyone to mentor me. And yet that is the one thing that could fast track you in getting into a point where you're starting generating a revenue. I just from my personal experience, I was in the corporate world for many, many years. I won't say how long. And then when I left there, I was actually retrenched and I had to sort of reinvent myself and I had to start doing new things. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to sell stuff on Amazon. A friend of mine told me about it and I thought, well, that sounds pretty easy. All you need to do is get a product, put it, create a listing on Amazon, away you go, and there's millions of people on Amazon, and they're going to just buy, and that's cool.
Easy, right?
So, luckily, quite quickly, I figured out, no, I'm going to need more help on this, and I invested in a coaching program and a training program, and it helped me a hell of a lot just to get over a lot of things. And sometimes it's not the profound things. It's not like a 10-step program that you need to run your business. It might just be a couple of tidbits that somebody gives you just to get over some place where you're going to get stuck and you can't move on. So very profound. I've invested money in digital courses, how to do that, and so I think it's a very valuable thing to know what to invest your time in and your money in when you're doing a business.
100%, because money
Yeah.
can be made, but time, you can never get your time back. And sometimes it actually leads you down a path if you try to do things for yourself that you actually just think, no, this isn't worth it. And
Yeah.
it's actually not that it's not worth it. It's just the fact that you've made maybe the rookie errors and gone down the complete wrong path.
Yeah.
Because if there's other people in the industry doing it, and they're like, it's like, well, a lot of people are doing the same kind of business. It's a big show to say that's a business that works.
Yeah.
So if you're the only person, or you're the one that says, oh no, like, let's say example, online training doesn't work, you can't make money out of it, or it's not what it seems. I mean, there's like thousands of online PT trainers.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've all just banded together and just been like, let's just tell everyone that it's a really good idea or it's a really good business. And we're not actually making any money out of it.
Yeah.
Especially with COVID, it's the way of the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we looked at some numbers a while back about the trend that is moving up like that. And more people were looking for home workouts or alternatives for working out from home. And COVID has just spiked that up into the stratosphere, and it sort of slowed down a little bit after all the lockdowns around the world, but it's sort of reset itself at more than double where that demand was. So that demand is there across the world. So it's a case of finding your piece of that market, and and I think that's where, Neil, I'm hoping so much and I'm looking forward to seeing more people on this course that we can meet and help them along their journey. And just for a little time, even if it's for 3 months, just be there and hold their hand through some of these processes so that they don't waste time and they can get to a point where they actually earning money from their personal training program.
Yeah, there's no one size fits all on this kind of thing. There's a lot of different ways to be an online personal trainer, and I think there's a lot of merit in those different ways. but there's a science to where you should start, especially if you need to make some immediate income. And I've started from that place, and that's exactly what we're going to teach you how to do. We're going to take away all of the confusion, all of a lot of the fluff that might look flashy. For example, people think that if you start posting videos on YouTube, all of a sudden, like, you get this ad revenue and things just happen. YouTube is an incredibly hard, it's an incredibly hard market to get into. So that could potentially become a part of your business. But I mean, if you're looking to make money and to sustain your business or sustain yourself, for example, YouTube is not the place to start. You need to put a lot of time, a lot of effort into building the algorithm, building the amount of content that you put up. It's a science. There's a lot of things that go into it, but
absolutely,
what
great.
Is a good place to start, and then there's different things that you can add on. But this is a sequence that we know that works. I'm going to take you through all of the stuff on how to train the clients, and where Quentin comes in. He's talked about his Amazon background and where he's done in digital marketing. Obviously, he's done a lot more than that. He's going to teach you how to get the clients.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's great. We're going to be launching the course soon, so keep your notifications on for the Train Me Academy, so you can see when that comes up, and we'll let you know as soon as.
But we've launched the course, where the next intake is coming up soon.
Second intake. Sorry, thanks for correcting me. But also, just on this Wednesday afternoon, put it in your diary. Every Wednesday at 3:00, we're going to be chatting, and we might even tell you everything we tell you in the course on this Wednesday afternoons. And all you'll have to do is kind of put all the pieces together. Easy peasy.
I don't think it's really going to happen like that. But join us if you'd like to. We're going to talk about conversational topics. We'd like some feedback from you. We'd like to interview people if you're interested in us featuring you. So interact with us, and we'd love to take your input, and we'd love to be able to give you a place to kind of share your ideas, and then hopefully we can all speak together, because this group is obviously about people that either want to start online training business or already have started their business. So let's see if we can help each other out by creating a community.
Absolutely.
Which is a nice way to communicate between all parties.
Cool beans. Thank you very much. I think that was quite a fun session and useful, hopefully, for people. And we'll see you next Wednesday, same place, same time.
3:00 on Wednesday.
Cool. Cheers, everyone.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.